Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. I hope you've had a good day today. Welcome to Friendship Shaving, and this evening's shave is with the timeless bronze razor kindly loaned to me by Mr. Mark Chu up in Leeds. Thank you Mark, thank you very much indeed. I'm going to be using a Personna Platinum Chrome blade, just a plain blank wrapper. There is the blade, and I'm going to put that straight onto the head cap, which you can see is beautifully scalloped. It has a nice long centre post and the two slots there. So we'll pop that straight on there. There we are, can you see the writing on there? It's got the information. It says bronze and the type of metal used and the timeless logo there. So we'll pop that on as well, and then the handle will fit straight on, and it is a very chunky handle indeed. There we are. It is a bit of a looker, I must say. I like the design of this handle. It's got this sort of spiral design in the metal with this sort of slimmer bit here. My finger fits there, and my little finger kind of fits on the bottom. So for my hand, that's a very comfortable position. So I'll just pop that there. I'm going to be using Stirling City Slicker tonight. This is a soap that they don't make anymore. It is a very mild scented soap. I'm going to be using my Mühle 25mm. I've already got some soap on it, but it is the 25mm silver tip fibre knot, and let's get working that soap and building a lather. Now the City Slicker is a scent of amber, patchouli, oak moss, sandalwood, grapefruit and bergamot. As I say, it is a very mildly scented soap, and I was reading that it's made with fragrance oils that I think are bought in rather than it being Rod's own creation over at Stirling Soaps. So that's the reason why they don't make it anymore. It smells very similar to some of their other soaps, I must say. But it's still very nice, I like it. Being that it is mildly scented, it quite suits me. There we are. I think we've got a very nice lather there. Oh, cold water shave today. You know, it's funny that I'm wiping my glasses and making them more dirty as I wipe them. It's funny, but when you first start shaving with cold water, it's quite a shock when well, it was for me, it was quite a shock when I splashed it on my face. But as I've used cold water more and more, that initial shock doesn't sort of happen anymore. I think your brain just gets used to it, and I do like having a shave with cold water, I must admit. Now this is another synthetic brush that I'm trying. I bought this one for a very good price, £30 second hand. Posted to me, so you know, terrific price. Really good to try. It is very packed with hair. Or with fibre, I should say, not hair. It is a beautifully soft brush to use a painting action with. As you saw, you can face lather with this, but I really like it. Just painting it on, I've come to sort of like that more and more recently. Now the Timeless razor is made in the USA by a family of machinists. That's 4 brothers and their dad. So they should know what they're doing, shouldn't they? It is a weighty razor. But surprisingly, with that big heavy handle, it's not too weighty. It comes in at 126.2 grams. I must say, I love the scalloped head. You can see the blade there. Now this is the closed comb version, which is 0.38 millimeters blade gap. Now they do an open comb version, which is more aggressive, and that comes in at 0.78 millimeters blade gap. Now, although I have read reviews that this is a mild razor, it nevertheless is a super efficient razor, and there seems to be quite a, how can I put it? You seem to be able to use this razor from this angle through to this angle, so there's quite a lot of variety on that. The blade exposure, I haven't measured it, but it doesn't look too great. I've had fantastic shaves from this razor. And I think after using it for 3 days, I'm just getting the hang of it, of the right angle and everything, because the first shave I had with it, I had very bad razor burn on my neck, really bad. Now I've had Kevin Saunders got in touch with me in the week asking about finding the correct angle on a razor as you move the razor over the contours of your face, because of course the angle changes. Now, I offered Kevin a little bit of advice, but just to say that it just goes to show you that no matter how experienced you are, when you pick up a razor that you've not used before and the settings are slightly different to what you're used to, it can catch you out, as it has me. Now the second shave I had with this razor, I just did a with the grain shave, and even then I was a little sore down here, but some of that I think was from the first shave where I had a really bad razor burn. So I have my fingers crossed that I'll get it right today. This is the area that I sometimes catch myself. It's because of that curve in the neck, and of course the angle changes as you go down. So with this one, I'm going to go down in really little strokes. So yes, don't be fooled by the small blade gap, because it is a very efficient and a very nice razor to use. I'm finding there's quite a bit of blade feel for me. I like it. I think it's a really nice razor. It is CNC milled. It's very well put together. There's no wriggle or chatter. Everything is nice and solid and set where it should be. And it sells for $130, but what surprised me is that Timeless offer interest-free credit and interest-free financing, rather, that's the word. They offer interest-free financing through PayPal, which I've never encountered before. I thought that was really, really very clever. Well, I'll tell you what, this brush like this is super, super soft. Do you know, I've been determined to try a few more brushes to expand my horizons, if you like. I was super pleased to get this for £30. I've also got a Vylong horsehair brush coming. I had a horsehair brush once before, a Vylong. It didn't quite turn out to be the brush that I imagined it would be when I first used it. When I first used it, I was really quite impressed, but it didn't turn out to be so good in the end. I'll tell you more about that on the next shave when I have the horsehair brush with me, but I'm absolutely chuffed that I got it for £8 posted to me, so it's in the post now. So hopefully by next week it should be here and I'll be able to shave with a horsehair brush. I'm looking forward to that very much. Now I'm mostly going to go with the grain again. I thought I'd just do an extra pass tonight, but I want to make sure that I've got as much as I can off my neck before I go against the grain. So in a way it's counterintuitive that I'm doing an extra pass when I've had a bit of razor burn, but in my mind it all makes perfect sense. Yeah, I've definitely got the angle right now. I can feel it's a nice shave. I've used a lot of mild razors lately, and over the last few months, and they've been the sort of razors where they've been so mild I had to go over and over the same spots, and I've ended up making myself sore. Now this one isn't like that at all, but I've definitely dialed into that correct angle, and it's feeling much better this evening. I quite like this brush. I'll come back and do the brush in a separate video one day. But yeah, I'm enjoying this, and I'm finding that these synthetic brushes, because I think this was only used once or twice before I got it, I'm finding that they definitely have a little break-in period. Lovely, absolutely. Look at it, it's dripping all over. Let me rinse that off so you can see it a bit better. There we are. I'll leave that there for a moment. actually, just thinking about these short strokes that I'm using, when I first started shaving with a DE razor, I just used to do, you know, a long stroke. Actually, I couldn't go against the grain, so it was just a long stroke in a downward direction. That kind of worked okay, but there were times when I was beginning that I did get incredibly sore. I think some of that invariably is because I was used to using the cartridge razor with a swivel head, and you know, you need to have a good contact with the skin for that. But with anything with a little bit of aggression, those little short strokes work quite well, I must say. You know, I'm thinking of buying a razor from Razor Emporium. There is a razor that I've wanted to try for such a long time. I'm not going to tell you what it is because you might go and buy it. But oh, I tell you what, it's a good job there's a lot of slick on this soap. I mean, you could just hear that taking it off. But yes, I am pondering pulling the trigger. I've had a little to and fro with Rick recently, and you know, we kind of agreed that the prices of razors on eBay, and I am limited to buying from eBay, are so expensive. So you buy a second-hand razor that's in a right state sometimes, you get it shipped over, then you need to clean it, you need to have it restored if that's your thing. And you know what, sometimes it's just cheaper to buy a restored razor straight off the bat. I've seen one tonight, been looking on eBay at a razor that I wanted, just an outrageous price, and it's not even a well, it is a nice razor, it is a really nice razor, but you know, let's put it this way, I can get it $25 cheaper, and it's been replated from Razor Emporium. Now I know that there's a gentleman at Old Roads Gold, I think that is the correct name, that also replates and sells razors for a very good price too, but that gentleman hasn't quite got what I want. So I am pondering, and you will see it if I decide to pull the trigger. The thing is, when you look at a razor like that, and it's all shiny and beautiful, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Now there we are, that is, let's concentrate on this razor, the Timeless Bronze. I've enjoyed my shave. I've got a super close shave. Yeah, I really am. My face is a bit sticky. It'll ease up a little bit when I get some balm on. But what a nice razor, look. I don't know. I was holding it while I was shaving it, but it seems a very comfortable razor to hold. It's very nicely weighted. I love the scalloped head. I don't think that it does anything to the shave. I might be proven wrong on that, but it certainly looks fantastic. It's a very well made piece of kit. Of course, it is bronze, so it will tarnish, but if you don't like the tarnish, a quick bit of bronze polish will bring it right back up to how it was when you bought it. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Hegger to go with my City Slicker. Yeah, it's a very mildly scented but a nice smelling soap, the City Slicker. I did look online and was surprised to find that they didn't make it anymore, so I'm very pleased to have got this tub. I did a little trade with the Brighton shaver, and I must admit I do like Stirling soaps. I must admit I do like an awful lot of soaps. Now that is my shave for the evening, and honestly guys, that is a terrific razor. I've had a really nice shave. Fantastic, Mark. Thank you very much, our kid. Love it, love it. So whatever you're doing for the next week, you take care of yourselves, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next time around. Be good, look after those that you care for. All the best now. Bye bye.